Let's get right into it. Number 8. The out-of-body experience. You're in a super stressful situation, a heated argument, a car accident, or just a really bad meeting at work, and then something weird happens. It's like you've suddenly floated up to the ceiling and are now watching the scene unfold from above. You can see yourself down there talking and moving, but it doesn't feel like you. It feels like you're watching a character in a poorly written movie. This isn't a spiritual awakening. It's a creepy defense mechanism called depersonalization. It's your brain's emergency eject button. When emotional or physical pain becomes too overwhelming for your system to handle, your brain pulls a plug, disconnecting your conscious self from your physical sensations and emotions. It's a form of dissociation, a protective measure to shield you from the full force of a traumatic experience. Sometimes it's not you that feels unreal, but the world around you. Everything suddenly looks fake, foggy, or two-dimensional, like you're living inside a video game with bad graphics. That's derealization. Both are the brain's way of saying, this situation is too painful to be real. So for the next little while, it's not. It's a powerful, albeit terrifying survival tool. Your brain literally turns your life into a TV show so you don't have to feel the pain of actually living it. Number 7. The memory delete button. Think about your most embarrassing childhood memory. Now, what about your most traumatic one? If you're drawing a blank on the really bad stuff, it might not be because it didn't happen. It might be because your brain took that memory file, dragged it to the trash bin, and then permanently deleted it. This is repression, one of the most extreme and controversial defense mechanisms. When an event is so traumatic that the memory of it would be too psychologically damaging to live with, your brain can sometimes shove it down into the deepest, darkest basement of your unconscious mind. It's not just forgetting, it's a complete, active, and unconscious blocking of the memory. The memory is still there somewhere, but you have no conscious access to it. It's like a classified government document your own mind has deemed you don't have the security clearance to view. This is your brain acting as a ruthless bouncer, kicking the most painful memories out of the club of your consciousness. The creepy part is that even though you can't remember the event, it can still affect your behavior. Unexplained anxieties, phobias, or patterns of self-sabotage can sometimes be the ghosts of these repressed memories, haunting you from a place you can't even see. Your brain would rather you be confused and anxious for the rest of your life than have to consciously relive something truly horrific. Number 6. The emotional flatline. A few months ago, your favorite song could make you feel euphoric. Hanging out with your best friend was the highlight of your week. Now you play the song and you feel nothing. You see your friend, and it feels like a chore. The world, which used to be in vibrant color, has slowly faded to a dull, washed-out gray. This isn't you just being bored or mature. This is emotional numbing, a defense mechanism your brain uses when it's been overloaded with pain for too long. Think of your emotions like a circuit board. If it gets hit with a massive power surge of grief, trauma, or chronic stress, the whole system can short-circuit. To prevent a complete meltdown, your brain just starts flipping breakers. It shuts down the sadness, the anger, and the fear. The problem is it can't be selective. In order to turn off the bad emotions, it also has to turn off the good ones. Joy, excitement, and love get shut down right along with everything else. This is a core feature of things like depression and PTSD. It's a survival state. Your brain has decided that feeling nothing is safer than feeling the intense pain it's been trying to process. It's a creepy form of self-preservation where, in an effort to protect you from dying of sadness, your brain makes it impossible for you to feel alive. Number 5. The elaborate alibi. You get fired from a job. It's painful and humiliating. But when you tell your friends about it, you say, it's actually a good thing. I hated that job anyway. The commute was terrible, and now I have the freedom to pursue my real passion. Or you get rejected by someone you really liked, and you tell yourself, I probably wouldn't have been happy with them anyway. They had a weird laugh, and I'm better off alone. This isn't you just being positive. This is rationalization. It's a defense mechanism where your brain, faced with a painful or ego-damaging event, quickly concocts a logical-sounding but completely false explanation to make it more bearable. It's your mind acting as a spin doctor, taking a brutal reality and reframing it into a story where you're still in control and everything is fine. This is different from just looking on the bright side. This is an unconscious process of self-deception. Your brain is so terrified of confronting the raw pain of failure or rejection that it builds an elaborate, logical-sounding fortress of excuses to hide inside. It's a way to protect your ego from a direct hit. The creepy part is how good your brain is at it. The excuses it comes up with are often so plausible that you completely believe them yourself. It's your brain literally gaslighting you into feeling better about your own misfortune. Number 4. The blame game switch. You're having a terrible day. You're stressed, you're angry, but you can't admit it, not even to yourself. You walk in the door and your roommate is just sitting there, peacefully watching TV. Suddenly you snap at them. Why are you so lazy? You're always just sitting around, doing nothing. You've just accused them of the very thing you're feeling bad about in yourself. This is projection, a bizarre defense mechanism where you take your own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or qualities and attribute them to someone else. Your brain is like a hot potato champion. When it's holding a feeling that's too hot to handle, like intense anger, jealousy, or insecurity, its solution is to just throw it at the nearest person. It's a way of disowning your own negative traits. Instead of dealing with the uncomfortable reality that you are feeling a certain way, your brain creates a narrative where the other person is the one with the problem. This allows you to vent your feelings without having to take responsibility for them. It's a psychological sleight of hand. You feel guilty about something? You become convinced everyone around you is judging you. You're feeling insecure? You start pointing out how insecure everyone else is. It's a creepy way for your brain to clean its own house by dumping all of its trash on your neighbor's lawn. Number 3. The built-in movie theater. Your real life is kind of a mess. You're lonely, you're struggling at work, and you feel powerless. But in your head, you're a rock star, you're a celebrated author, you're a superhero saving the world. You spend hours a day lost in these elaborate, detailed daydreams, complete with complex plot lines and recurring characters. This isn't just a rich imagination. It can be a powerful defense mechanism called fantasy. When reality becomes too painful, disappointing, or boring, your brain can construct an entire alternate world for you to live in. This fantasy world is a safe haven where you can get the success, love, and control that you feel are missing from your actual life. For some, this crosses the line into maladaptive daydreaming, where the fantasy becomes so immersive and addictive that it starts to interfere with real life. The daydream world feels more real and rewarding than the actual world, so you spend more and more time there, neglecting your responsibilities and relationships. It's your brain's way of protecting you from the pain of your circumstances. It's essentially saying, a reality sucks, so I've built you a better one. It's always sunny here. You're always the hero, and nothing can ever hurt you. It's a creepy but brilliant form of psychological escapism. Number 2. The body's emergency shutdown. Imagine being in a situation so stressful, so psychologically overwhelming, that you suddenly go blind. You go to the doctor, they run every test imaginable, and they can find absolutely nothing wrong with your eyes. Your eyes are perfectly healthy, but you still can't see. This is a rare and extreme defense mechanism known as conversion disorder. It's where a person's brain, in response to severe psychological trauma or stress, literally converts that emotional pain into a real physical symptom. It's not faking. The person genuinely cannot see or walk or hear. The brain has decided that the emotional pain is so unbearable, so threatening to the person's sanity, that it's safer to shut down a part of the body instead. It's the most dramatic example of the mind-body connection. The psychological distress is so intense that it hijacks the nervous system and causes a real physical malfunction. The symptom often has a symbolic connection to the trauma. For example, someone who witnessed a horrific event might lose their sight. Someone who felt trapped might lose the ability to move their legs. It's the brain's last-ditch, most terrifying defense mechanism. It's your mind protecting itself by sacrificing a piece of your body. Number 1. The "this is fine" delusion. You get a terrifying diagnosis from your doctor, but instead of panicking, you just calmly say, "No, that can't be right. I feel fine. The tests must be wrong." You lose your job, and instead of updating your resume, you just keep waking up at the same time every morning as if nothing has changed. This isn't optimism. This is denial. It is arguably the most common and most primitive defense mechanism. It's the brain's simple, brute force refusal to accept a reality that is too painful to handle. It's not about lying to others. It's about lying to yourself. Your brain literally blocks or distorts incoming information that it deems too threatening. It's the mental equivalent of the "this is fine" dog sitting in a burning room. The evidence of disaster is everywhere, but the brain just says, "Nope. Not seeing it." This can be a useful tool in the short term. It can give you time to slowly process a shocking piece of news without having a complete breakdown. But when denial becomes a long-term strategy, it's incredibly destructive. It keeps you from addressing the problem, whether it's a health issue, an addiction, or a failing relationship. It's a temporary shield that prevents you from dealing with the actual danger. It's your brain's attempt to protect you from pain by convincing you that the pain doesn't exist at all. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.